welcome to our next episode. And we've been talking about the alchemy of time.
Yes, time.
What is it time for?
Slow.
Slow. It's time for a podcast is what it's time for.
Yes.
And time is our greatest resource. Our greatest asset that God has given you is your mind and your energy. Our greatest resource
It's time.
is time.
Yes.
And so we talked last time about time regarding stamina. And just to recap, stamina is the energy to get started.
Yes.
You know, the fact is, Beersheba, and you know this as well as I do, is that a lot of people are great starters, but they're poor
Finishers.
I was wondering if you were going to come through on that one there for a second.
If I was going to finish it or not.
Yeah, if you were going to finish it or not. Poor finishers. Few have what it takes to finish. They get excited, they get hyped up, they get started. You know, there's a popular meme going around. In fact, I heard a guy in the gym this morning. He said, the most important step to your workout is getting started. And I thought, you know, that's really interesting because how many times have you, like me, heard the most important step is the first step? And the most important quality to success is what, Beersheba? Have you heard that one?
Is to keep going.
Well, no, that's a true answer.
Oh.
But the meme is the most important quality to success is just showing up. And that's just very, very shallow. Well, there may be some grain of truth in those statements.
Sure.
But they're grossly oversimplified. The reality is that the most important quality to success is showing up again
And again.
and again
And again.
and for the same objective. Key understanding here. For the same objective, not for all different objectives, jumping all over the board. Please remember the difference between the master and the beginner.
That the master stands in the face of no results longer.
That's right.
I've been around him a long time.
That's right. And can you relate to that, though?
Yes.
And now, no results is actually not really true because you're always getting some kind of results. But the master has the ability to stand in the face of the results he or she doesn't want for longer. And this takes commitment. It takes tenacity. What else does it take?
Takes perseverance.
We love that word. Resilience. In fact, we'll go so far as to suggest that one of the most important, if not the most important qualities of success, however you define success, is perseverance.
Sure.
And perseverance, simply defined, is the ability to endure. To endure. What we're speaking about here is not just about business or entrepreneurship. It's about every single area of your life. Financial, relational, mental, physical, spiritual. And it's really perseverance that separates those who do versus those who don't. The greatest tactic you can give, or that we can give you, is that you must have a clearly defined purpose. Why is a clearly defined purpose important, Beersheba?
Well, then, because you're shooting all over the place.
Right.
And if you shoot all over the place, you're actually shooting nowhere.
Right. And purpose answers the question,
Why?
Why? Why are you doing what you're doing? And here's a hint. Purpose is always about contribution. It's not about acquisition. It's about others, not just
yourself.
It doesn't mean self isn't included,
Sure.
but it's about others, not just yourself. Are there always going to be a lot of obstacles?
Always.
Always. What's that called?
Life.
Life. That's right. You have to get up daily in your relationships
Yes.
and be loving and kind,
Yes.
even if you don't feel like it.
Yes.
Maybe even more so when you don't feel like it. You have to get up daily and stay focused on the task at hand in your business, even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
maybe more so when you don't feel like it. You have to get up daily and work out, especially when you don't feel like it. You know, here's a fact. Check it out.
More often than not.
That's right. She didn't want to go this morning.
No, I didn't.
You were trying. She said, "What else can we talk about at coffee so that we don't have to go to the gym yet?" I said, "Come on, honey, let's go." So, here's a fact. Let me go back and say that. Get up and work out, especially when you don't feel like it. And it's a fact. Check it out. Athletes always perform even when they're injured. They just do. And so we're not suggesting that you don't take care of yourself, far from it. Mm-hmm. What we are suggesting is that you continue and that you endure and you persevere in the things that you care about. Period.
Yeah.
One of the greatest tips we can give for our lives is when you feel like quitting, what's a great thing to do when you feel like quitting?
To keep going.
To keep going. And you're right. And what can help you keep going?
If you feel like quitting?
Yes.
I feel like this is a trick question.
It's not a trick question.
If you feel like quitting and you want to keep going, you just keep going. I mean, you just have a little self-pep talk and you get up and go.
Yes. Here's a tip that I've experienced that really tends to work. Remember why you started.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, remember why you started. That kind of goes back to stamina. We talked about last time. Stamina is the ability to get started. That's the inspiration. That's all those things that get us going. And yet, they tend to wane. And so when you feel like quitting, take a moment, remember why you started. And that's where purpose comes in. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense to you. When you must do things that aren't enjoyable, which you must.
Yes, we all do.
You did some of those today, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
When you must do things that aren't that fun, you stop, take a breath, and remember why you're doing what you're doing. Remember your purpose for starting.
Yeah.
The fastest way to win the race is what, Beerspa?
It's to not quit.
It's to not quit. Right. You're definitely not going to win if you quit. But is it the fastest runner that always wins the race?
No, you got to be steady.
Steady.
Steady
there you
and
go.
Consistent.
I knew you'd get in there.
Steady and consistent.
Slow, steady, dependable, perseverance, endurance, that wins the race. Life is not a sprint.
No, consistency is key.
That's right.
Yes.
And life is a marathon. It's a 75, 85, 95-year marathon. Who knows? Maybe more. Stay the course.
Yes.
Just stay the course. You know, the forces of resistance must give way to he or she who refuses to give up. Hopefully this has been helpful to you today.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. God bless. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.